afternoon. Thanks for joining us right here on Midday Kentucky. And I just have to say, I walked out of the house this morning in a t-shirt, everyone. No
You're braver
scarf.
than I.
It wasn't
or crazier.
cold.
It's windy though outside.
So windy.
Yeah.
It's so cold.
Why are you looking up at my hair?
Okay, can I just say, now we all know Katie bought this brand new crimper. And what the crimper does is she crimps about an inch from the scalp, okay, from the root of the hair, and because it creates a volume. In theory, this works.
You're supposed to do it the under layer, so it poofs
But
it
every time I look at Katie, there's a piece missing, and the crimping is showing.
Maybe you can see
And I
it.
feel really bad being.
I don't know.
think
It looks
it's
really
good.
good.
I know, but being the hairdresser that I have
Yeah.
been for 20 years, I analyze it now, and I can't help it. I'm sorry. I feel bad that I always
Well,
look.
from that far away, it just looks
no,
like a little
no
extra.
one can see at home.
Yeah.
But because
A
we
little,
sit so close, I'm sorry.
She's got some
Yeah, she's got the second time we heard it. Is that your key punchline?
I was ready.
Hey everyone, David Goldman stepping in for Lisa High again for this week. I saw a picture that Lisa posted on Facebook today. They're on the beach.
Yeah, I'm so jealous.
They
In
look
the
like they're having an
Bahamas.
amazing time.
Yeah, Bahamas? Yeah, thought that's what it was.
miss you, Lisa.
Hey, I wanted to talk to you a little bit about this. This sort of came out yesterday. Monique is taking a stand. The 50-year-old comedian and actress took to Instagram last Friday to ask her fans to boycott Netflix after she claims they showed gender bias and colour bias against her. Take a look at the video.
Hey, my loves. I am asking that you stand with me and boycott Netflix for gender bias and color bias. I was offered a $500,000 deal last week to do a comedy special. However, Amy Schumer was offered $11 million, Chris Rock and Dave Chappelle $20 million. Then Amy Schumer went back and renegotiated $2 more million because she said I shouldn't get what the men are getting, they're legends, however I should get more, and Netflix agreed. When we asked Netflix to explain the difference, why the money was so different, they said, well, we believe that's what Monique will bring. We said, well, what about my resume? They said, we don't go off of resumes. Then we asked them, what was it about Amy Schumer? And they said, well, she sold out Madison Square Garden twice, and she had a big movie over the summer. Is that not Amy Schumer's resume? And then Netflix said, by the way, we believe Monique is a legend too. Why shouldn't I get what the legends are getting? Please stand with me in this boycott of Netflix. I love us for real.
Okay, so I appreciate where she's coming from. First of all, what do you both think? I'll zip my opinion.
Katie?
I have a feeling we all feel somewhat similar on this. This has been kind of the wide reaction of we think she should get more than $500,000. However, currently she's not as relevant as those other names. So I don't think she should get paid the same as Amy Schumer, only because projecting, more people will probably watch Amy Schumer's. Monique is great, and I think she deserves much more than that. There's too much of a disparity.
Right.
But to claim the gender and the color bias when she's naming people who are women or people of color, I don't know, but she does deserve more than that was too much of a disparity.
Katie, I think you put that elegantly, and I agree with you.
Yes, Katie.
Yeah, no, I mean, that was well said because it's true. It's such a disparity in the pay, but in the big picture, like, Amy Schumer is huge right now. She's like top of, comedy. And then Dave Chappelle, Chris Rock, I mean, these guys are legends. And I don't really think of her as a legend, honestly, in the comedy world.
I tend to agree with you, and I agree with what Katie just said, that it's not sexist because, or gender biased, I should say, because she was referencing other women. And you go up against Chris Rock.
Yeah.
There is no standing for that. Do you know what I mean? I think, should she get paid $500,000? Here's the thing. This business is all about ratings and what you can bring to the table for that market. Netflix have gone on and said that they don't normally discuss contracts.
Right.
Okay. I think, look, she's an Oscar winner. Do you know what I mean? She's been in the business for quite some time.
She's very funny.
She is funny.
She's talented.
Didn't you interview her here? Did you forget that? Remember she came to...
Oh, yeah! That was awesome!
Woo! And then I started to think, did I have the wrong woman?
Right.
And I'm thinking, I've got a pretty good memory when it comes to things
I
like
honestly
that.
don't have a good memory, but
And
yeah.
if you remember, she was pretty funny.
She was so funny. She was so nice. She
But
took
is
the
she
time
worth...
to talk to everyone
Here's
in
the thing,
here.
everyone. Is she worth $11 million?
Man.
Now, Amy Schumer, as they said, Madison Square sold out twice. You don't sell out Madison Square and get paid $500,000.
She
to
sold
go and
out.
do a stand-up.
Well, what I would like to see is she does the special,
Yeah.
but maybe has a deal on amount per view.
Yeah.
Oh,
And
that'd be
then
cool.
now everyone will want to watch her special, and then they'll have to shell out the money.
But see, that's the thing, Katie.
Being
Sometimes an ego or an insult gets in the way of business. I would have turned around and flipped that exactly the way you, and I was about to say
Yeah.
something like that.
I
Let's-
do think they cut her short.
Now,
Yeah.
some of our viewers, we put this up on Facebook, and some of the viewers came back and said she's upset that three famous comedians received more money for their performance. Then she was offended. Those three comedians are magnitudes more popular than this person. We appreciate you sending that in. Cynthia says, well, she's getting publicity with this statement. I've seen her on a few TV shows, but not sure if she's at the comedy level as Dave Chappelle and Amy Schumer. Now, there were also positives for her as well, saying that I think only paying her $500K versus paying others tens of millions was insulting. And look, I guess it sort of is everyone.
I would like to see some other payouts from Netflix because they have so many comedy specials
yeah.
on
We
there.
went from
Some
such an
people that
extreme.
I think that's going all the way to the best. Amy
Yeah.
Schumer,
Yeah.
Dave Chappelle, Chris Rock. There's countless
Tens.
on Netflix that are other comedians, so I'd like to see what they're getting
Well,
paid.
it'd be interesting to see what Whoopi Goldberg would get, Joy Bayer would get.
Yeah.
Like, when you think about it, Joy Bayer, maybe 500,000.
Right.
Do you know what I mean? She's funny. She's political.
Yeah.
Do you know what I mean?
And these Dave Chappelle ratings have like
Oh,
taken
he's so
Netflix-
funny.
I know,
I watched
like,
it 3 times. It's
yeah.
like
taking
this.
Netflix to another level.
Anyway, we've all heard about this, and I wanted to ask you about this because a student attending Utah State University has been hospitalized after swallowing a Tide Pod. Now, she was taken to the hospital, and her condition is currently unknown. The Tide Pod challenge has poisoned nearly 40 teenagers, everyone. Here's the thing. We all agree this is ridiculous, right?
This is crazy.
I'm flat out trying to open the Tide Pod box for the housekeeper that comes and cleans the house. Do you know what I mean?
I'm still confused on the laundry packet challenge. That just seems insane coming up in the prompter. But is the challenge
No,
to
that is the challenge.
swallow it and not die? Like, what is the challenge?
Not die.
I don't know.
Like,
Well, it is to swallow it and spit it out.
Oh, you
but
swallow
the
it.
damage is
Okay,
already
okay. I
done,
didn't
and as you can
understand.
see, they go on.
Wow.
I know it's pretty severe.
sad.
Even
Yeah.
if you burst it in your mouth, everyone, it is just as poisonous to spit it out as it is to swallow it,
yeah.
which is
Wow.
absolutely crazy. Now, it went viral on January 7, as I said. Nearly 40 people have been affected by this. This started, after there was an initial wave of children eating the appealing-looking pods. Now, if you remember, when this first came out, these pods for kids, they didn't have that safety latch on there that you see now, and young kids were looking at it. But the challenge first appeared in 2015 in the online website called The Onion,
Right.
and which I love that website.
Yeah, they're
but it
hilarious.
was not. These aren't just kids, people. These are college students. I just want to understand what college student would.
And there's just been so much talk about how dangerous it is. Like, I would freak out if my dogs got into this, let alone somebody, ingesting this.
Look, I just don't
It's just-
understand.
yeah.
And I'd like you to tell us what you think on our Facebook page, Midday Kentucky. Head over to that page and tell us whether you know someone who has done this and what has been the issue with that. David, now, I don't know whether this is about what you're planning, but we'll move along, and it's about the best time to have a baby.
Well, yeah, so here's a fun question. When is the right time?
Does he
Yeah,
laugh?
a big jump. What?
Well, I
Yes.
just think
Look, gee.
I just think we're not married yet, and this is your next topic.
Well,
Not we. I mean, you and Brandy.
Well, we're,
Just
we
clear that up.
start asking questions like Brandy and I we've been together for a long time. So, you're asking what time is the right time to have a baby. And the word best time, it really puts it in a different perspective. There was a gentleman by the name of John Murawski who was basically looking at different ages for the baby's health as well as the mother's health. So Brandy and I were in our early 30s. We had really never considered having kids in our 20s. We wanted to be financially sound. That was mostly the important part.
I agree on that part.
But one of the things that it said was basically women in their early 20s their bodies are more receptive to having a baby, where the baby will have its lowest birth defects. But for the actual longevity of the female's health, they're better off between the ages of 29 and 34.
Really?
Yeah, so
That
that
seems
was
late.
Yeah, it does seem late, but again, that's for the mother. It also talks about the longevity of the mother actually living, and I think having a baby at a later age, my mom was like 36 when she had me, and I think it keeps you going because you're like, you can't stop because of that baby.
Can't stop, won't stop, hashtag.
Rita. And
Miss you, Rhonda.
but it's one of those things where, you know, I don't know, Katie and I were talking about age yesterday and relationships, and listen, my whole, like, the last 10 years of my life, everybody's been like, when are you getting married?
Yeah.
When are you having a baby? And I like to think, you know, Brandy's in her early 30s. We're kind of looking in the next, like, 2 to 5 years, and there's plenty of time. I think so many times we're being rushed, have a kid, but it's just not economically sensible today. What do you all think?
Katie?
Katie?
I have an opinion, but you know me. I'll let you talk.
I don't know if I have an opinion on the best age. I think for me and what I've witnessed with my friends, you know, I don't have children, but the people that I think are the happiest have been with their partners for a while before children. So even if they got together and they were 20, they have babies at 25, they're happy. I think just what I've noticed is people being in that relationship for a while before having a baby. So maybe you get married at 27, you have a baby at 30 or 32. I don't know. So I think it wasn't so much the age, it was just spending time, just the two of you first.
Right.
I don't know. What do you think?
Look, I agree with you, unless you're coming from a European family, do you know what I mean, that do promote child.
Yeah.
You know, the minute you get married, just sort of within the year, let's get pregnant. And that happened in my family a lot. But I think I remember a very good girlfriend of mine. She said to me, if I'm not married and have a child by 40, would you donate? And I said to her, I will, as long as you're financially sound. I don't have to take care of the child financially. It's your child.
Right.
Do you know what I mean? And she hit 40 and we were out having a party one night and she said, well, I've turned 40. I went, yeah, haven't changed. It's been 10 years, babe.
Not sound.
Still not sound. Pick yourself up off the floor and we'll go home.
Well, that's
Do you know
the
what I
thing.
mean?
Yeah, but like you said, I think it's more lifestyle than age. I think you can be happy and responsible at 22 or 32.
Yeah.
Depending on how you
They
go
say the
life.
longevity of, or not longevity, but the actual baby being prepared
Yeah.
is a lot better off when the parents are older.
I got you.
Whew,
Tell us
got
what
plenty
you
of
think.
time.
Have we got time for one more story, Sam? Okay.
We can just do it quickly.
Okay, well, you've got to look at this one.
All right, let's just pop up the picture to show you. Chelsea Handler kind of going viral this morning. She posted this to shame a guy that she ran into in a restaurant wearing his bathrobe.
Right.
She basically posted, this is not what you should wear in a restaurant.
I bet you they were at a
People have
resort.
responded saying, well, she's just wearing a t-shirt. Some people say, I want to see more bathrobes in restaurants. I have a feeling what Troy says, but I wish I could wear a robe.
Well, how do you think I feel about you wearing yoga pants on set?
These
Imagine
are
if-
not yoga pants.
Imagine if you wore a bathrobe to a restaurant. I would flip out. And Chelsea Handler should not be commenting. She looks like she's got an ill-fitted t-shirt. Anyway, do you know what I mean? Like,
David, do
seriously.
you wear a bathrobe?
Hey,
at all?
I would rock a bathrobe any day. Okay.
We're doing a we wore bathrobes the other day.
Yeah, there
On the
were
set.
lots of Instagram
yeah.
pictures of you all.
Your memory. It's the crimper. After the break, everyone, learn how you can have a better experience selling your home. Plus, later in the show, Sheila Baines shows us some shiny jewellery pieces that are perfect for Valentine's. You're watching Midday Kentucky, everyone. Keep it right here.